Welcome to Up to the Minute. It is Wednesday, June 25th. Good to have you with us on the show. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live at the HCCTV studios this Wednesday morning. And every Wednesday, Dr. Lana Pagao is joining me as my co-host. Good to see you this morning, Lana.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
Doing well. We're in the midst of summer, and it certainly feels like it outside, although I've got to say, is it just me? But this summer doesn't seem as warm as we've had for the past couple of years. At times, a bit pleasant, though.
Yeah, it also doesn't seem all too sunny as well. We've had a lot of storms coming through.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference. I just know, was it 2 years ago we went through that drought? Man, that seemed like one of the worst summers ever. We didn't rain forever. All the temperatures were over 100 degrees. So at least right now, we're grateful it's not that way.
Yes, we are definitely happy about that. I'm off to the East Coast, and right now they're experiencing Texas weather.
Yeah, you get to catch the East Coast during their heat wave. I think it's going to reach up to maybe 90 degrees at times, which up there for them. I mean, I was there, in Boston back in May, and it was still in the 60s as a high. So, this is a heat wave for them.
It sure is. Yep.
All right. Well, we want to thank everyone here who's watching us live. We're here Mondays through Fridays, most days when HCC is in session, live at 10 a.m. You can also catch us on HCCTV and anytime in social media, Lana.
Yeah, we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So we have got a guest who'll be joining us in a little while. She's going to be talking about the Faculty Academy. But first up, Lana, you've got a guest who's going to be talking about the growing trend of, I guess, hybrid courses.
Yeah, Dr. Marjorie Brown, she's with us this morning. She's Associate Chair and Professor for HCC's History Department. So welcome back to the show, Marjorie.
Hi, thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. So you say that with some campuses like Alief and Katy facing space constraints for in-person classes, hybrid options have become a vital solution. They offer students the best of both worlds. And post-COVID, a lot of students are used to staying home to take their classes. So while HCC offers a variety of course modalities in person, online, and hybrid, for those who may not know, what is a hybrid course?
A hybrid course is a course that combines in-person instruction and online learning. For example, students may meet once a week on campus and then complete the rest of the work online. It's flexible but structured. Students benefit from face-to-face time with instructors while still having the flexibility to manage their schedules. And it's really a good transitioning point for students who are starting to are interested in taking online courses because it still includes physical support systems like campus resources.
So how does hybrid work? Is it 50% in person and 50% online, or are there a certain number of hours that have to be met in person?
So usually it's 50% in person and 50% online. So how it looks is that in a regular semester, say you meet Monday and Wednesday, you would meet on Monday in person and then Wednesday online. And so you would have these two different components. So I think that what you get in that in-person learning is just really a space where you can get a better understanding of concepts that may be more difficult if you're just reading it on your own. When you come to campus, you also find a community of other students who you can meet. We also have computers on campus. We have tutoring. So we have a plethora of resources here on the HCC campuses that I think students would benefit from using. So definitely you would come on campus one day a week and really just touch base with the instructor, make sure all the concepts that you're learning are understood, and then also being introduced to the different resources that we have on campus.
Great. Now, why are we seeing more hybrid and 8-week courses offered at HCC?
Well, two reasons. Hybrid primarily is coming about because We have some space constraints, primarily in the Northwest area at A-Leaf and Katy. But we also want students to succeed. And we know online courses can sometimes be difficult, or students underestimate that need to have an instructor in person. So I think that's one of the reasons why we're seeing hybrid is space, but also making sure we want students to succeed. And this may be a good modality for that to happen. We're also seeing 8-week courses because we want students to be able to complete quicker. And so students are going to start seeing a lot more 8-week courses. So you'll be able to take a History 1301 in the first 8 weeks of the semester, and then History 1302 in the second 8 weeks. So instead of spending 32 weeks into the semester, or taking 32 weeks to take both sections, now you can take it in 16.
What are the benefits of 8-week courses?
So I think the benefit of it is really the flexibility. I think that it helps students improve their focus. Students are typically taking fewer courses at once in the 8-week module. I think, again, schedule flexibility. Our students work, they have children. And so these classes offer students the ability to at least come on campus once and then, do the rest of the work online. I think it's also an issue of accessibility for students who, need special things or accommodations. Sometimes it's easier online. And then also just the faster progress. Wanting students to get out of or complete successfully, their degree plan or their certification. So I think that that's important, and we need to place an emphasis on students progressing successfully.
So for students to be successful in accelerated and hybrid courses, what advice would you give students who've never taken either type of course?
I would say stay organized. Find a calendar, find a system that really works for you. I always tell people it took me quite late after my PhD probably to really find a schedule that worked for me, because I tend to procrastinate. So my thing is stay organized, log in regularly to your course. Even if you're taking an in-person class, log in regularly. Communicate early and often. So if you're encountering an issue or you're not understanding something in the class, make sure you communicate that early and often. And then use our HCC resources. We have counselors, tutors. We even have at some schools free food banks, or, places where people can get free food. We just have so many good things here on our HCC campuses to really make sure that students can succeed. So I hope that students will take an opportunity to really look into those things and use them.
So do you think hybrid and 8-week courses will become a permanent part of how HCC offers instruction? And if so, why?
I think that it will, because of the flexibility, speed, and accessibility, which are key factors in how we want to successfully operate HCC. I think it also allows HCC to have a broader reach to serve a more diverse student population, including working adults and part-time learners. And data shows that some of these formats help improve persistence and completion rates. So as the college grows, hybrid and 8-week options help manage limited physical space while expanding educational access.
Well, thank you, Dr. Marjorie Brown, Associate Chair and Professor for HCC's History Department. We'll have your info in our post after the show. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you.
And coming up after a quick commercial break, Todd will be back with Laura Ayers, Faculty Academy Director and Anthropology faculty member.
I'm learning healthcare management while providing patient care.
I came back to grow my skills, even after I graduated.
And if I can't make it in person, I take my classes online.
Dear Santa, my mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate today.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Well, welcome back to Up to the Minute. We're live at HCCTV studios this morning. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're joined now by the Faculty Academy Director for HCC's Faculty Academy, and they're going to be talking about the summer offerings. Laura Ayers has joined us now. Welcome back to the show, Laura.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about the Faculty Academy and what this is all about first.
So Faculty Academy started in spring 2022, and the idea was basically that HCC faculty were going out to these external conferences and sharing all their best teaching practices and their ways to help their students succeed with other colleges and other colleagues. And it was like, well, why aren't we doing that for ourselves? You know, we are our best source of professional development. So Faculty Academy is based around the idea that sharing teaching methods, teaching behaviors, strategies for student engagement, or strategies for student success are really discipline agnostic, and we can all help each other help students succeed.
Well, it makes a lot of sense because if you're going out to other colleges, like you said, why not share it in within the college itself, the one that you work for? Now, how do you do this? Does this include workshops? How does that work?
Yeah, we have different types of offerings. So workshops that are researched by a faculty member, and they put a lot of time and effort into making learning outcomes for the faculty that attend. Then we also have some more informal offerings, which we call colleague connection groups. And these are kind of replicating a water cooler chat that you might have while you're scanning your Scantrons in the break room. And it's just more of an open forum conversation where any faculty member can join and kind of share ideas or ask for help around a shared topic. They'll also use those for awareness so that we can, as faculty, can be aware of different student support services around the college that we just might not know about because we tend to stay in our classroom. Then we also have faculty showcases, which is where any faculty member can share kind of a one-time conference presentation, for instance.
Now, are the showcases in person? And imagine when you have the colleague connections, those are done virtually. Is it like a newsletter, a chat room? How does that work?
We make our workshops and our showcases alternate between different campuses or virtual. We want to make sure we reach as many faculty as possible, so we try to accommodate and meet faculty where they are and where they want to be. But as you correctly said, colleague connection groups, we really want to share a space. And so given the wide breadth of HCC, we do all of those virtually.
Now, what are some of your past successes that you've noticed since launching this in 2022?
You know, it took some time to catch on about what we were and what we were doing, and for faculty to really see the benefits of learning from other faculty members. But for example, in spring 2025, we had 540 faculty attend our offerings. We're up to about 15 different sessions a month. And in spring 2025, we had faculty from every single division and center of excellence attend our offerings. So we're really proud of those successes.
Do you think this is such a success and you're getting so many of your colleagues on board in wake of the pandemic when we were all separated for a while, for a few years?
I think that's part of it. I think faculty have felt really disconnected from each other because there aren't a lot of shared spaces that faculty can gather and really just talk. We either tend to be with our students, or if we're with each other, it's usually some kind of a meeting where we are the audience. So having a shared space to talk about teaching practices, or, you know, have you tried this? I tried this and I liked it. You know, people want to learn more. I think faculty are lifelong learners by profession. And so some of these new technologies or new techniques like gamification, game-based learning, virtual reality, we really just need a space to talk about and ideas to grow from.
Has there been interest from, say, vice chancellors or administration in wanting to see what you guys are talking about, or are they even allowed in the rooms?
They're allowed in the rooms. We send messages to all of them, including college presidents and stuff, because sometimes they do want to drop by a session on campus. One of the things we offer through colleague connection groups is a faculty book club, for instance. And I've had a lot of staff members or deans or vice chancellors be like, I know it says faculty book club, but can I join because I really want to read that book? And the answer is always yes. You know, our goal is shared conversations and connections. And so we will let anyone in the room that wants to be there, virtual or otherwise.
Has there been anything that you've learned over the past couple of years that you're like, oh, wow, I didn't think of doing things that way, but that sounds so simple. Why am I not doing it?
Oh, I mean, other faculty are my best inspiration for workshops as well. So I have a team of about 10 faculty that create workshops, including myself. And we always just follow the rule of what do you find interesting? So a faculty member might say something to me that sparks my interest. And then all of a sudden I'm creating a workshop about writing multiple choice in the age of AI, like because they just sparked my interest. And now I want to research everything I can. And then I want to share out what I've learned.
Do you see trends that faculty are introducing that's kind of catching on across the district that you can say, well, wow, we learned this in our forums and they're now being implemented in a lot of the classrooms?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of interest in things around getting students to connect, whether to the instructor or in person to other students. You know, maybe that is pandemic fallout, or maybe it's just more of an interest in making sure our students in online classes feel connected, as Dr. Brown just mentioned. We also see big upticks in new technologies, such as integrating artificial intelligence, virtual reality, or perhaps even getting students into game-based learning. And so it's kind of like whatever is new and hot, that's what faculty want to learn about. And so that's what faculty want to teach other faculty about.
I know when AI was just taking off a little over 2 years ago, right around 2 years ago, I had Dr. Amy Tan on one of my shows, and we talked about using AI usefully in the classrooms, but also trying to make it useful instead of doing all your work for you. Now, a lot of us use AI daily for doing our work. Has there been a lot of discussion on that? And where does the faculty stand on, AI is really a double-edged sword?
Yeah, so we had a colleague connection group that was a year-long series that was helping faculty work through their artificial intelligence and higher education certification. So that was a program that was run through our Center of Teaching and Learning Excellence. And there were a bunch of different courses faculty could take about learning about artificial intelligence, uses, copyright, all types of things. And so that monthly meeting helped faculty get through that certification. And from that, we've really spun 2 groups for this upcoming year. We have a group for faculty who really want to find new ways to integrate artificial intelligence. And then we have another group for faculty who are really trying to find ways to make sure their students are using it ethically, responsibly, and correctly. So maybe trying some more AI resistant, for example, measures. And I think both of those groups are useful because both have a place in our classrooms. And it's just another great example of faculty helping faculty wherever they might be or where they might want to go.
We've got a couple of months left of summer, and then fall is kicking in. I think it's August the 18th, which isn't that far away. Tell us about some of your upcoming programs before and after the semester starts.
Well, you might not believe it, but summer is actually our busiest time in Faculty Academy. I think for faculty, summer is a time of rest and reflection, and they really gear up to try new things like an academic new year for the fall. So we have workshops throughout summer 1 and summer 2, and they are our highest attended workshops of any semester. So we had 3 new workshops debut in summer 1. Learning while letting your hair down, don't let them slip away, and the Swiss cheese model for student success, for example. We'll have brand new workshops in summer 2 that'll debut as well. We'll continue our colleague connection groups in June and July, and we're going to be featuring student supports from around the college. So faculty can learn about veteran and military affiliated student success. They can learn more about Maxient. They can help us create supports for new faculty, or maybe learn about financial aid so they can better answer student questions. And those are just some of the examples of topics we'll be discussing this summer.
Real quickly, because we're almost out of time, is this open for full-time faculty and adjuncts, or is it just for HCC faculty? How does it work?
It's open to all HCC faculty. So the Faculty Academy sends a bulletin email every Monday at 2 p.m. just talking about what's coming up that week. And it's open to all faculty to register, and all faculty receive that email every Monday.
Laura Ayers is the Faculty Academy Director, and she's also an Anthropology faculty member here. Thanks for joining us, Laura. Good luck to you guys and continue your success.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll have all the information on the Faculty Academy in our post after this show. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be back with Lana and I in a few announcements.
I'm learning healthcare management while providing patient care.
I came back to grow my skills, even after I graduated.
And if I can't make it in person, I take my classes online.
When a child is sick, there's one thing they need: a really big cookie.
Welcome to RMHC.
We're not big on poking sticks and beeping machines, but we're the best at playing dress up. We think the Tooth Fairy should travel everywhere, and while hospitals have doctors and nurses, we have mom and dad. Because at Ronald McDonald House Charities, we help families feel at home, even when they can't be.
Where I come from, they call firefighters the bravest. My dad was one. We lost him 3 years ago. First Responders Children's Foundation gave me a scholarship so that I can become a nurse and help people just like my dad did.
Help us help them.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. We've got a few announcements of things happening across the district. One of them, a lot of us have to pay attention to. It is PEP time. The deadline is Monday, June 30th. It's the year-end review process. Make sure you get your PEPs done if you are in a managerial position or a supervisory position. And also, if you're a staff or employee, you have to complete your own so that your supervisor can get that as well. The deadline's Monday, June the 30th. So make sure you do that, or you'll be getting emails you don't want to receive and phone calls you don't want to get either. So anyway, we've also got a wellness walk Wednesday. That's happening across the district as well, or I should say in the Southeast district as well, Lana.
Yeah, HCC Rec Sports and Student Life is inviting everyone to take a light-paced walk around campus while exploring quick wellness topics like nutrition, sleep, and mental health. The first one is noon to 1 p.m. Wednesday, starting July 2nd. I believe that's next week. It's at the HCC Eastside Student Life Center foyer. Check out our post after the show for more information. And Todd, Online College has something coming up.
That's right. Now, follow me on this. They're not giving away ice cream. They're going to show you how to make it in an online session. HCC's Online College Student Life will show you the tips for making your own ice cream. Amaze your family and friends. Give them some ice cream that you've made yourself. Tune in on 6 p.m. July the 1st is the Tuesday, and check our post after the show for more information on how you can make your own ice cream. Also, it's GI60 Summer Drama Practicum time.
Yeah, HCC's Media, Visual, and Performing Arts COE is presenting, the annual GI60 Houston, featuring 1-minute plays from around the world performed by HCC students. And that is 7:30 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday, July 2nd and 3rd at HCC Southwest Fine Arts Center at Stafford. It is free, so check out our post after the show for more information. And Todd, Talk Saves Lives.
HCC's Counseling and Ability Services, along with American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, will present Talk Saves Lives to cover risk factors, warning signs, and action to prevent suicide. It's happening noon Thursday, July the 10th. It is a virtual session. This event is open to HCC students, faculty, and staff. Check our post after the show for more information on that. And we have no Up to the Minute tomorrow, Lana.
Yeah, along with planning for HCC's new name, Houston City College, Chancellor Dr. Margaret Ford Fisher is preparing to host new shows moving Houston forward, the future of education and the future of workforce. HCCTV staff is working to record them, so Up to the Minute will not air tomorrow. But best of episodes will run in HCCTV at its scheduled time of noon, 5, and 10 p.m. So remember, no up to the minute tomorrow, Thursday, June 26th. We will return live on Friday, June 27th. And fall registration is an ongoing thing, Todd.
That's right. Classes start, I believe it's August the 18th for the fall session, but register now. Make sure you get the classes you want. We've got in-person classes, hybrid classes, online classes. Get yourself registered. Get signed up for financial aid if you need it. Still have time to do it. And more than likely, you're going to get the classes that you want if you sign up now. So make sure you do so. Go to hccs.edu/apply. So we're off tomorrow from the show, but Film Friday is coming up, and we'll welcome Barry Coffing, a longtime indie film music producer who was recently honored at the Houston Public Library by an organization called Loud Music, and will feature HCC's biology department as well. So keep that in mind. No tomorrow, but we'll be back on Friday. Lana, thanks for being here today.
Always a pleasure, Todd. Thank you.
And we'll see all of you live on Friday at 10 a.m.